Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be reading to you from Micah chapter 5 verses 2 through 5, and it's a messianic passage and I just love reading those. It's just the Old Testament just professes Jesus' name throughout the entire thing, and it's fascinating and it's beautiful and it is wonderful. It's one of my favorite things to study and it's just amazing. All right, here we go. But you, Bethlehem, Ephrathah, though you are little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of you shall come forth to me the one to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth are from of old, from everlasting. Therefore he shall give them up until the time that she who is in labor has given birth. Then the remnant of his brethren shall return to the children of Israel, and he shall stand and feed his flock in the strength of the Lord, in his majesty of the name of the Lord his God, and they shall abide. For he shall be great to the ends of the earth, and this one shall be peace. All right, those are the verses. Now let's get to the vittles. All right, everybody. So today we're going to be making a prime rib roast. We do a lot of these for the holidays, and it's very, very popular. So you'll need your rib roast, obviously. We have a roasting pan, and I got a raised grate in there, so it's not just kind of sitting in its own juices. It can kind of drip off there a little bit. We got rosemary. We got some thyme. Got nothing but thyme most of the time. We got beef base, and then we have a good steak seasoning. Now I went with the Northern Lights from JB's Gourmet Spice Blends, and they're not a sponsor. I just genuinely think that they have a quality product. If you don't have this, McCormick Montreal seasoning will work perfect. We got a little bit of water and then just some bowls to kind of mix it all up in. All right, let's get it all put on there. Okay. I'll show you a fun trick to do with the rosemary. So you just can grab from the top. Just go right on down. And there you go. It's kind of fun too. All right, try to get some of the sprigs out. That's gonna be all right. The rosemary is a lot easier than the thyme. Thyme will give you a little bit of a hard time. Now you don't have to use fresh. Dehydrated will work perfect for this as well. It's a little bit easier to grab and you can use it in a lot more things for a lot longer. Now, we just need the beef base. And I'm gonna start off, because you might need to just kind of add as you go, but we're just gonna start off with a big spoonful, maybe two, right here in this bowl. And we're not wanting to make like a soupy broth. We're kind of wanting to make almost like a thick sauce. So while this is roasting in the oven, all that stuff is gonna go to the bottom of our pan. It's gonna go underneath here. Even some of these herbs are gonna fall off. They're gonna go in there. And this is what's gonna be our au jus. And then I'm also gonna show you how to make a quick little horseradish sauce as well to go with it. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of water. There we go. Just gonna kind of whisk that up. There we go. I'm just gonna throw these guys right on in there. That's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna get them nice and coated. Okay. So I'm going to start off with some of our Northern Lights seasoning. Just going to get it nice and coated on there. Just go around. Okay, I'm just going to get that all rubbed on there. Very good. Okay, don't be afraid of getting your hands dirty. It's part of the fun. We are going to go on here. Our herbs. Beef base. I'm just going to let this sit in our pan while I get the oven all heated up. All right, so we are going to get this thing heated up to about 500 degrees. It's about 5th or 6th the temperature of Nebuchadnezzar's furnace, so pretty hot. The goal today, I'm going to try to do a method that I've heard of, but I've never tried myself, but I hear it's foolproof. So we're going to see if that comes out good. We're going to heat this thing to 500 degrees. We are going to put the roast in the oven with the convection on for about 20-25 minutes. And then I'm going to just shut the oven completely off. I'm not going to open up the door or anything. I'm just going to leave it in there for 2 hours. And then I'm going to pull it out and let it rest for about 15 minutes or so. And then we're going to cut into it and see how it came out. And that's the plan. A fun fact, so our roast today came from this part of the cow. Okay, so the oven's preheated, and we're gonna go ahead and put this in there, and we are going to set the timer for 25 minutes. Then once the timer goes off, I'm gonna shut the oven off, and then we're gonna set another timer for 2 hours. And we're gonna turn the convection on. So once I put this in here, I'm gonna turn on the convection as well. All right, here we go. All right, so the oven just went off after the 25 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and set the timer here for another 2 hours. And then we're just gonna let it sit. We're gonna check on it when it's done. Okay, so our 2-hour timer just went off, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it out and get it resting. And while it's resting, we're gonna go ahead and make a horseradish sauce. So it was a little below the temperature I was going for, so I just put it back in the oven at 375, and I'm just gonna check on it every 10 minutes or so. And then after that, I'm gonna let it do an additional 10-minute rest, 15-minute rest. All right, so we're just making a quick horseradish sauce. All you're gonna need is some mayonnaise, and then just however much you want. A little bit of sour cream. Optional, you can also just use mayonnaise if you like. And you don't really need measurements, you can kind of just calibrate to whatever kind of taste you like. If you like more horseradish, put more. If you like less, put less. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. You don't really need a lot of salt. There should be salt in the mayonnaise, but here we go. So I like horseradish. I'm gonna go ahead and start with a couple. And then we're just gonna whisk it up. There we go. And a couple of these for some color. There we go. And there you have it, horseradish sauce. All right, so I'm letting her rest here. And as it rests, that temperature there should bump up a little bit, but this is gonna give you a nice kind of rare in the middle. And if you want it cooked a little bit more, you can just leave it in a little bit longer, but the thermometer helps you kind of get more exact, and that way you don't have to guess so much. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that looks wonderful. Okay, try some of the horseradish dip. Oh yeah. A little bit of the au jus. Now I will say, there wasn't a whole lot in the bottom of the pan, but if you add a little bit of beef stock with it, you got yourself a really nice au jus. Definitely give this a try anytime. If you ever have the opportunity to try this, go for it. Thank you all so much. God bless you, and enjoy the holidays.